I'm often asked by agents if our systems allow for live transfers. They do, but all too often, agents think that that's a good thing, like live transfers. Wow, that's wonderful, but it's not normally. It normally is a terrible lead. But guess what? Most marketers that are selling you leads, they'll tell you, oh yeah, we do live transfers, and they'll start selling them to you because they don't care. Whatever you want. Oh yeah, we can do that. Marketers have no concern for your success at all. They just want to sell you stuff. It's that P.T. Barnum thing, you know, separating a sucker from his or her money. And they don't care. All they care about is that you do not refund their services on them. That's all they care about. But here's why live transfers, that was a tangent, but it's well worth being said. The reason live transfers do not work is because unless, now they do work sometimes, only in certain situations, and that being if there are many agents. But the reason they don't work is because inherently, if you are an agent and you are selling over the phone, you're going to be on the phone. If you get a live transfer, if there's a live transfer, you cannot receive it if you're on the phone. It's simple math. You're not able to get a live transfer if you're working hard. If you're just sitting back waiting for live transfers, by the way, there are big companies that do this and people simply sit back and get live transfers. Now, the system that is used for these live transfers and where it's successful is that if you have a it's called round robin capabilities. So if there's enough agents that there's always one available, then it makes sense. And if there's enough agents, then you could always have somebody available. It's almost timed to correspond with the agents. They have what's called predictive dialers, and they feed into that type of structure. But as far as just live transfers, they do not work. And here's more that you should know about these. Oftentimes, okay, I want to talk about the live transfers and the closing ratios on live transfers. With exceptions, they're terrible, terrible leads anyhow. And you pay so much for them. They want to charge you an arm and a leg for these live transfers, but guess what? They don't work. And this is a reason, now, not for the reason I just said, even if you get the live transfer, generally you have some type of two-tier transfer system. You've got, and generally it starts with a foreigner, because you're not getting, for the most part, again, there are exceptions, but you're not getting those high quality AARP-like live transfers. No, they control those, and those are employees getting those who do not own that business. You're getting live transfers, oftentimes it's from a Filipino or somebody in another country. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. As you well know, that's one of the businesses I'm in. But when you get the live transfer, the vast majority of the time, or I'll say much of the time, it's the same as any other lead. They don't want to talk to you. They didn't want to be transferred to you. They don't want to speak to an agent, and they really were just responding to the free offer or something like that. They're not really, it's not a live transfer as you would imagine where somebody wants to buy insurance. Not always, now sometimes it is, but here's the closing ratios, and this is based on big call center numbers. Oftentimes with live transfers of the sort that I'm speaking of, it's 10%, 1 out of 10. It's the same numbers you would get using our calling services, just generating leads, and calling them back right away. And that's your best bet, is just have your leads, if you're getting leads generated, just have those leads generated and then call them immediately. If they were just on the phone and you call them immediately and say, hey, you just were speaking to the Susie in my office and she told me to call you, you'll likely get them. But guess what? You're at 10% too. You're at 10% closing normally. Now, some people do better. Some people are inherently better. 15%? 20%? Meh. Maybe not. Oh, but you'll always get people that say that, oh yeah, I crush it, I do this, I do that. I'm just giving you the data from thousands of agents, okay? The data from thousands of agents. And by the way, I've been involved in situations where I've been the trainer for companies that do live transfers. I have the data. I have pure data with thousands and tens of thousands of calls, okay? So what I'm saying is correct. Now, if you're just one agent and you're trying to get that live transfer, again, if you're doing your job and you're always on the phone, you can't get the live transfer because you're always on the phone. And you can't make money if you're not always on the phone. If you're sitting back waiting for a live transfer and you've got some marketing system, well, that might work, but normally it doesn't. And I'm going to repeat, these marketers, if you ask them for live transfers, they'll say, oh yeah, and guess what? They will jack that price. They'll charge you 10 times the price of a regular lead. At least 5 times. Do you say a live transfer for $50, $100? I mean, you know, and they may suck. But guess what? They want you to buy like 50 of them up front, oftentimes. And so you're already down a bunch of money and you're already invested, you know, and then you find out, you know what? It's more of the same. And what is more of the same? Well, it's more BS from a marketer. It's just the way it is. And now, I'm not saying all marketers are bad, but oftentimes they are, and it's a fact. It's just the way it is. And I've worked with many of these, and I know how they are, and they will just tell you what you want to hear, sell you, if you want to buy this, oh yeah, we can do that. Then they charge you more for it, they make more money, and you end up with the same lead that, like with our company, you'd spend $5, $10 on. Same lead, no better. The data, the statistics, the close ratio is no better. Just the way it is. So live transfers generally suck unless they are real live transfers that somebody called in, they saw the AARP commercial, they saw the plan, maybe it was Joe Namath or JJ Walker, and they said, I want that plan. They call in, that goes to your line, and you basically take that call, right? You take that call. Hey, can I sign up? That's like, when people have those kind of leads, they don't give them away. Usually when people have those kind of leads, they make you an employee and they pay you some money up front, no renewals at all. That's it. No renewals. So I just put that out as a public service announcement, you know, because I see it over and over. And we're going into, we're going into the new year. At the time of the recording of this video, it doesn't matter when, and you're going to, as a matter of fact, a lot of people start spending money in the new year. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money.